What's up? You guys like that? My name is Alejandro Salas. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Extra Point. I'm excited. I gotta be a little quiet. My family's actually sleeping. I hope you did enjoy that. About 42 outtakes later. I'm comfortable with that one. So listen up. Here we are. This is called the Extra Point, our very own podcast. Look, I'm doing this to put a little voice in your ears, to think about things maybe you haven't thought about. Look at your opponent in a different way. Hear some things you didn't even think about. And then maybe even look at your team in a way that, might be helpful. So we're going to be really quick. Look, the truth is, the best of this show is going to be after the matchups. To see what teams did, what teams didn't do, who overreacted. I gotta say, this Kelsey thing, what a way to enter the season. Not just for Kelsey people, but also for Patrick Mahomes people. I think that, what happened yesterday between the Chiefs and the Lions was a looking glass into just how much those Kansas City Chiefs might be just relying a little too much on Mr. Kelsey. But, time will tell. I do not think that Mahomes is going to just stay in that kind of a rut. I do wonder why he would throw to the same guy that has been dropping everything over and over again. So that is yet to be determined. But look, when I look at the draft grades, I see Tua MVP, Christian, first place. I think that's great job. Good job. I think that to come back from a year off and get an A+, absolutely fantastic job. Now, looking at Tua MVP, I gotta say, it's a team that is being led by a core group of just veterans that have done it before. I think that they played it safe. You might not think that when you see that Saquon's on this team, but at the same time, the whole New York Giant offense is going to go through a motor, and that motor is Saquon. So I think it's a good pickup. CeeDee Lamb, great. That's a tier 1 receiver. I can't say anything wrong with that on an offense that's just tailor-made for him. Now, Devontae Smith, that's second fiddle time. That's second fiddle. Now, AJ Brown, he's going to swallow a lot of those balls that just kind of heard myself say that out loud, but he's going to take away a lot from Devontae Smith, so not in love with that one. Stevenson, from, being a Patriots fan, I know what they do to running backs up there, so it's hit or miss with that guy. George Kittle, great pickup, tight end. I love the Niners, but he disappears. For 3 weeks at a time, and then when you actually take him out because you don't want to be, continuing to hurt your team for a month, he'll be there having a tremendous game, 3 touchdowns, scoring 46 points. So hopefully that's not your experience with him. But then I look at Christian Kirk, and again, maybe last year he was a great guy, but this year Calvin Ridley is sure as heck going to take away a lot of those targets from him. So, and then again, being led by Tua, I only did the starters, by the way. I also have power rankings at the end of this, so my own power rankings, for very first power rankings for the Extra Point. Can't wait to see how that goes. But I did some interesting things, but we'll get to that. So overall, look, Tua MVP, A+. Hey, you cannot argue with that. I think that the strength of their team really is on their bench. Okay, so let's remember that. Next up, we got Caught in the Web. Caught in the Web, again, 3 teams got an A+ in the draft. According to Yahoo, we've never seen that before. It doesn't really speak truth to the parity that we've had in this league. I remember drafting and talking with one of the managers, and we were talking and saying, you know what? There's no real disrespectful team in this league. No one really looks like the bully here, because everybody knows what they're doing. A lot of the drafts that I was in, I was that guy. I was that guy that kind of got everything I wanted. You really looked at some of the other opponents in a certain type of way, but that's because the level, the spectrum of which people are playing is so vast that you have a lot higher chance. In this league, things are tougher, man. Everyone has their 1 or 2 monsters, but everyone also has their 1 or 2 liabilities. So how you play them is really going to determine how that goes. So Caught in the Web, let's see, 2 MVP we talked about. Let's not skip, please. I really don't want to skip. It would just be very disrespectful to skip over, what amounts to only the 2 out of the last 3 years champion, Stone Cold. Let's start with Stone Cold as well. Let's go right to him. Stone Cold, look, Yahoo gave Stone Cold a C plus. Nothing says mediocre like a C plus, but Stone Cold, look, you've won two out of the three. You're the owner of some serious hardware in the belt. You're my favorite. You're my favorite to win it all. Doesn't mean I'm not going to come at you, but the numbers speak for themselves. Stone Cold this year has a terrific tandem of receivers. St. Brown out of Detroit, Keenan Allen out of San Diego. I'm sorry, Los Angeles, looking to have a bounce back year after being hurt most of last year. We already saw what Montgomery did yesterday for the Lions. Big surprise there. Pleasant surprise, I'm sure, for Stone Cold. Dolchich, a tight end out of Denver. We'll see how that goes. I think that Russell Wilson's going to have a lot to do with that. DJ Moore, out of going from Carolina to the Chicago Bears. I'm excited about that as somebody who is vested in what Justin Fields does. So Mixon out of Cincinnati, I think we're going to be seeing some things different in Cincinnati, but Mixon is the workhorse down there. We're looking at a solid team. Stone Cold, I don't know why they gave you a C plus. We'll have to see what the extra point gave you. But with Mahomes at the helm, again, yesterday was just a weird night. You know what I mean? I think it's not going to be just the Kelsey show down there. I think that's a lot of things are going to change. But one thing that we've learned from Mahomes, he's embarrassed right now. He's not used to losing. So watch out for him in week number 2. As we move down the road now, we will go to Caught in the Web. And Caught in the Web, fantastic team. Another A plus according to Yahoo. When I look at the Caught in the Web, you're looking at a team led by one of the top receivers in the whole league, Stephon Diggs. We got Waddle's a little more of a question mark, but a lot of people said that about him last year because of Hill. Guess what? Had a fantastic year. Then we got Javonte Williams, the steal of the draft in my book for Caught in the Web. Javonte Williams going to do a lot of big things in that thin air there in Denver. And we got Charbonnet coming out of the Seattle Seahawks, young, explosive back. I have him in a bunch of leagues. I think he's going to do big things. Njoku, a lot of hype around Njoku, especially with Watson having another year under his belt. I think their chemistry is really starting to flourish. You got Hopkins out of Tennessee. Look, Hopkins is Hopkins, and he creates separation, and that creates accurate quarterbacks in the NFL, especially. We'll have to see, how that goes. Week 1 will tell us a lot. And then you got Justin Herbert, which is your quarterback out of Los Angeles. I hope he's better for you than he's been for me. I'm just going to leave it at that. But overall, a good team, an A plus in Yahoo. So nice job with that. After that, we got injured reserve. Injured reserve is, look, I'm playing the siren not to be cute, but with good reason. Injured reserve comes to us again, screaming hurt, and what's the first thing they do? They draft Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp, come on, Cooper Kupp. Maybe 2-3 the hamstrings left in his left leg. We'll have to see how that goes. If he turns out like you were saying, if it turns out that he does well, then you got a much stronger team. But Cooper Kupp in that very young Rams team, I think it's going to be. Don't be surprised if he doesn't come back as quickly as you might like him to. But as we look at injured reserve, I think that you're looking at the receivers. You're looking at Sky Moore, and yes, he had 0.4 points yesterday. And really, you can't really say that it was all his fault. It really wasn't. But I will say this. We had some footage. We have some footage because yesterday we were actually on the phone with David when Sky Moore put up 0.4 points. And I was saying, David, you know what? He's not a number one. I know you think he's number one. I know they're saying he's number one, but he's not. He's not a number one. And David put up a good fight as to why he is. It's just one game. But the thing is that I left my phone on. Actually, I didn't hang it up. I was a little distracted. And right after that conversation, and when David thought that the phone was turned off, this is what we heard. You be the judge. Yeah, I mean, When it hurts, it hurts. I don't know. And David, all I can say, just like you said to me, it is just one game. Again, maybe you have Kelsey too. You have Kelsey and then Sky Moore, and it's just like maybe stay away from the Chiefs for a little bit. That's my advice to you is to please just stay away from the Chiefs because those cries those stayed with me. Those stayed with me last night, and as your commish, as your friend, I just want to tell you, look, it's when you hurt, I hurt. Okay, I'm not too much man to say that. Let's try and move forward. Look, the rest of your team it's got a lot of potential. You got Eckler out of Los Angeles, supposed to have a major year. Pollard is that number 2 that's trying to be a number 1. So I think that the first few games of the season is going to really determine once and for all. Look. Ezekiel was in front of you. Now it's you. Let's see what you do with it. We got Waller, a tight end. Hey, that's an excellent pick from the New York Giants. I think if he can stay healthy, I think that's definitely going to help you out a lot. Godwin, I'm not in love with that pick. I think that with Mayfield throwing, he might just not get those balls exactly where he's been used to having them, which is really a shame because Godwin is an excellent route runner. And then we have Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones pretty much did this. Pretty much what he did to your whole team right there. I kind of work it up. Okay, you got Eckler, so what? The 0.4. You got Eckler, you got Pollard, you got Waller, and then all of a sudden you look who your actual quarterback is, and it's just like absolutely. In Spanish we say no remedio, no remedio. There's no medicine that's going to help your team. You need to do one thing, and look, I'm going to help you out here. I'm going to make it very, very visually apparent what I want you to do. You need to get on the phone. You need to call people. You need to call people and ask them what they would do if they had Daniel Jones on their team. Here it is right here. I mean, look, if you're around, I'll let you use it. Not many people have a landline, but you need to get on the phone again and talk. Hello, I need help. Can you please help me? I have Daniel Jones as a quarterback. No, I know what you told me the other day. I'm sorry to tell you like this right here, right now, but no, he is not the answer. He is not the answer. He is destroying your football team. All right. Going on to the next team, we're going to talk with Mayhem. Yeah, Mayhem. Mayhem had a very good draft, if you ask me. Mayhem with a pair of really, really talented young receivers in Metcalf and London out of the Falcons. Looking really good. Yes, he had Kelsey. He has Kelsey hurt. But at the same time, with they got this tandem that Mayhem has with Najee Harris and Derrick Henry, that is just they're gonna eat your team alive if they get anywhere near the red zone. So with Pacheco helping out, look, Pacheco did not have a stellar night last night, but you know what? He was involved, and that's really what you need. You just need someone that's gonna be involved, and he had a couple of strong runs yesterday. And also on Mayhem's team is Trevor Lawrence out of the Jacksonville. Look, that guy has a strong team. He has some weapons. He can definitely score you a lot of points. So with that being said, Mayhem receiving a B minus, but definitely drafting expected to be there at the end. Next, we got Ridley's Believe It or Not. That would be me. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you. Guys, I have to keep doing the show. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks. Thank you. I just been drafting a lot. It's embarrassing. Thank you. Hey, what can I say? I guess the public they like my team. Look. Obviously, I'm excited about Calvin Ridley. That being said, I'm a realist. We haven't really seen Calvin Ridley have this whole season that he's supposed to have. But you know what? You got to take a chance on somebody. I'm going to take a chance on him. Now, McCaffrey's definitely the guy that I'm most excited about. I'm a big 49er fan, and the guy is just, if he can stay healthy, I think he will. He's just such a talented guy. He can throw, he can pass, he can catch, he can do it all. Then we got Gibbs. Gibbs really underwhelmed. He really underwhelmed yesterday right out the gate, but I think that's going to change. A lot of guys aren't really paying attention to Dobbins. Dobbins was one of the most effective runners last year before he got hurt. Taking a chance again on Pitts out of the Falcons. I feel like he's a lot of people say he hasn't done it yet, but I think this is the year. This is the year that Pitts is going to do something down there in Atlanta. Then we got Dotson. Dotson is a very, very hyped up receiver right now from the Commanders, which, I think he's going to replace McLaurin. I really do think he's going to replace McLaurin this year as the number one guy down there. And then we're being led by Justin Fields. So excited about Justin Fields. Let's see where he can take us. He's capable of monster games. He can also wreck your whole season in just one game. After myself, again, Yahoo gave me a C plus. Also getting a C plus, Stone Cold, but we already talked about Stone Cold. So we're gonna move on to just in the nick of time. Just in the nick of time, which is used to be Cup Yours. That's Booger's team. And just in the nick of time, obviously they got the best player in the whole draft, Justin Jefferson. Paired up with a very quality receiver in Higgins down there in Cincinnati. Then you got Mike Evans. Mike Evans, I'm sorry to say, but he's gonna be making you feel. One second, right here. This is amateur hour, so bear with me. He's gonna be making you. I hate to say it, but yeah. It's going to be a lot of that going on because with Mayfield throwing to him, and he doesn't take it. It's okay, Mike, it's okay. Mike Evans is going to have a very tough season for you. I'm just going to let you know right now. I almost want to get my phone out, but I'm going to let you. I think you're quicker to wisen up than David, so we'll leave it at that. So, look. Etienne in Jacksonville, that could be a game, a league saver for you, depending on how healthy he can stay. He's got Bigsby breathing down his neck. A lot of people hyped up about him, but he's got the position right now to give you a lot of points. Cam Akers, everyone's talking big things about Cam Akers. I agree. I think he's going to have a good solid year. But then you got Freiermuth, however you say the tight end's name from Pittsburgh. Absolute garbage. You need to get something else. That guy is, he can have his big games and whatnot. You need something more consistent, and it's out there. I've taken a look, trust me. Kirk Cousins is going to be leading the way. That connection right there, that is your whole season right there. Justin Jefferson, Kirk Cousins, if they can stay on the same page, if they can both stay healthy, hey, I don't see why just in the nick of time, I don't think they used to saying that, just in the nick of time, why they shouldn't be there at the end. So good job with all that. After that, we have Rose Fine Team. Hey, first pick of the draft. Rose Fine Team picking Tyreek Hill. A lot of people saying, "Can you believe that?" I can't believe it. She likes him. She thinks that he's going to do big things. He's done big things. He's 1 year more comfortable in the Dolphins' offense. Why not? So, Rose Fine Team going with Tyreek Hill and Olave to start right there in wide receiver. You can't ask for better than that. Then they got James Cook, who's supposed to just be an amazing turnaround year for him in Buffalo. Swift is a big question mark. We all know about the Philadelphia Eagles defense. It might be his week. It might be not his week. That ball really does get into a lot of hands down there. Then we got Herbert. Herbert's running out of Chicago. A lot of people are very excited about him. I'm excited about him. Huge jump. Last year ranked at 69. Last year ranked at 207. This year ranked at 69. So looking forward to that. And then Engram over in Jacksonville. Tight ends, you can do better, but you could do a lot worse. So good solid pickup there. And then we have Joe Burrow. Leading the way with the Cincinnati Bengals. I think it's a decent team. Yahoo does not think so. They gave her a D plus. So it's okay. We'll have to see. It's not always what the actual grades are. It's how you play these players that really makes a difference. After Rose Fun Team, we get Bed Bath and Beyond.
For 2 times stronger defense against erosion.
Excuse me, real quick. Bed Bath and Beyond, hey, excellent name. Gotta say, one of the best names. Oh, excuse me. Let's try that again, guys. Let's not be rude, okay? Bed Bath and Beyond. Let's hear it for Bed Bath and Beyond. Wow. I apologize, guys. Let's keep it professional, please. Bed Bath and Beyond. Hey, guys, come on now, come on. Hey, the people are talking. I mean, I'm looking at the team. Oh, I see it. I see it. Debo Samuel. As I don't know if you were the last guy to pick receivers or if you thought this was 2 years ago, but yeah, he really I can understand. I apologize now to the fans for trying to quiet that down. You got to do better. If I wasn't running out of time, I'd get my phone, but you got to do better than that. Then we have Williams as the second receiver from the sprinter down there in Los Angeles. Bijan is I think he's gonna do big things. I think that him being the namesake of your team makes perfect sense. Then you got Josh Jacobs. If he can keep it together, if he can stop whining, I think Josh Jacobs could be a great player. If he can stop worrying about the last dollar, I think he could be a good player. You're definitely taking a chance on that. Hawkinson, look, honestly, a little overrated in my book, but also in a great offense, it's very easy to kind of slip in there with so much attention being done to Jefferson. Then we got Watson. Watson has got a little bit of injuries right now. Hopefully he can get past that. And then you're being led by Hurts. Look, Hurts is really that's the strongest part of your whole team right there. Hurts is if he can play even anywhere near what he did last year, I think Bed Bath and Beyond has got a great chance. After that, the next team is I'm sorry, Miss Jackson, and that team is being led by Jack Talavera. And when I'm looking at I'm sorry, Miss Jackson, I look at the again. Well, I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. I mean, well, let's be fair. Let's look at the team. Let's look at the team and let's see what's going on here. Look, I'm sorry, Miss Jackson's being led by Garrett Wilson, and then Gabe Davis. That must be it. Gabe Davis. Well, yeah. I mean, hey, look, he's probably second, third best guy in Buffalo in a very dynamic offense. Nothing to write home about, but they got one of the best backs in the entire league, in Nick Chubb. I think, yeah, awesome pick. And then Kenneth Walker in Seattle. Look, he's got some problems in his pelvis. Yeah, if there's one thing you don't want to be hurting when you're playing football is your pelvis. So we'll see how that holds up. Mark Andrews has been questionable pretty much the entire preseason. Hopefully he can get back to form and avoid injury. Then we got Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook is easily the worst guy on here. He's definitely going to be sharing a lot of the rock down there in New York. And then Lamar Jackson. He's got a lot to prove this year. A lot to prove. Just basically, can he stay healthy? If he can stay healthy, if Dalvin Cook can carve out any meaningful play in New York, Mark Andrews stops being so questionable and just kind of like gets with it. To combine that with Nick Chubb and what he might bring you, and also with Garrett Wilson. Look. I don't care if you get a D minus. If you're that close to failing with Yahoo, I'm saying you got a chance here. You got a chance so long as you play a little bit better than how you talk. Because we all know that you talk a lot of caca from the left, a lot of caca from the right. So we got to make sure that you stay focused. Look at your matchups. Don't skip any weeks. And I think I'm sorry, Miss Jackson might have an actual chance. And lastly, we're gonna go with Unpredictable Breadman. Unpredictable Breadman. Look, I feel like Yahoo's been picking on him. Last in the standings in draft grades, last in the standings in projected standings, last in the standings in the power rankings. Hey, if I needed any more of a chip on my shoulder, you came to look for the right place, man. Because honestly, when I look at your teams, I see two of the most, never mind the most, the two best wide receivers are on this team in Devontae Adams and A.J. Brown. I'm sorry, that is a deadly combo. Then you got Pierce, running back for the Texans. That guy is going to be worked into the ground, and he loves it, and he's going to ask for more at the end of games. That guy. So after that, it does get a little bit dicey with Sanders. I believe first name is Miles. Miles Sanders over there in Carolina. Not a good situation there. Then you got Schultz, no longer in Dallas, now playing still in Texas, but on the wrong team this time on Houston. A chance to make a difference down there, but I just feel like Stroud's going to be running for his life down there. And then we have none other than Mr. Tony. Yeah, we saw what happened yesterday. Yeah. It was that bad. It was that bad, yes. Tony, he needs to get off your team quickly. I will be bringing out the phone. Let's make that phone call. Let's make him quick. Hey, hello, help, help. I got Tony on my team. Help me. I don't know why I did this to myself. Whatever you need to do, get that guy off your team. He's not ready at all. And I'm telling you one thing, they gave up a lot for him. So, yes, definitely I think that, they'll probably return back to him. But last night's game, that had the potential to just break someone's career completely wide open right there in front of everybody to see his guts spill out. I saw it. I saw it in trails. I saw the whole bit. Get rid of Tony. I actually wanted him so bad in a lot of mock drafts. I'm so glad I didn't get him. And then, you're being led by Russell Wilson. And, that makes people feel a certain type of way. Yeah, I believe that's most of the fan base in Denver after finding out. Look, Russell Wilson, he's got Sean Payton. Let's see how he does. I'm not a believer. But look, I think you got a fantastic duo. I think you got some trade pieces. But you got to fix some things there with the tight end, your flex options. We're going to see. Again, this is by all means not the end-all, be-all. It's not going to be written in stone. It's just another measurement in which to look at the teams. Now, really quickly, I'm going to wrap this up. It's getting to that time. I'm going to go through the power rankings, and I'm going to just tell you really quickly what I did. I was looking at the teams, looking at things, and then it just comes. It just comes. And basically what I did is I really looked at the drafts. Again, we haven't seen any games. There's been no games so far that have been played. But what I did is I looked at how much value your player was last year and how much value the player was, that same player, this year. And then I just figured out the difference. And, for example, if you had a player like Deebo Samuel who had, last year he was ranked at 134. This year he's ranked at 40. So that's a swing of 94 points. You get those points. If you had someone like Hurts, this year he went from 4 last year to 23, then you lost 19 points, and I went ahead and added it up, and you got what you got. So that being said, I think we're ready for, we're definitely ready for the power rankings, so we can finish up here. Thank you very much. And again, I did this very unbiased. I looked at value. How are you drafting your teams? Are you really bringing the value, especially from one year to the next? Again, just another measurement, nothing to really say, hey, this is the all-time power rankings, but bear with me. So, in 12th place, and when this guy got 89 points, I said to myself, this must be the winner. 89 points is a lot of points, but it turned out not to be a lot of points. This player, like I said before, this manager drafted safely, but really did not take any of those chances, and you saw that in the lack of value. For example, I'm going to tell you real quickly, with this team and this team only, I'm going to tell you exactly how the numbers work. And then moving on forward, I'm just going to say for each team, the guy that you drafted that was the most value based on this criteria, and then the one that hurt you the most. And then just be done with it, and we'll be out of here. So, for Tua, MVP, for example, Barkley, he was 52 last year, this year 11, he got 41 points. Lamb was 44 last year, this year 13, 31 points. Devontae Smith, last year he was at 62, this year 19, 43 points. Stevenson, last year at 32, at 65, this year at 32, 33 points. Kittle, last year at 99, this year at 62, 37 points. Then Christian Kirk, last year, you really see that difference with Ridley on the team. Last year, Kirk was ranked 72, this year 77. You lost 5 there. And Tua, last year at 54, and this year with 101. You lost 47. Total 182 minus 52. You ended up with 89 points and last place.
I love that photography can allow you to feel like you're taking a
So,
trip.
next up, in 11th place, we have just in the nick of time. And they ended up with 258 points. Nothing to scoff at. It's quite a jump from 89. Just in the nick of time, ended up with 258 points. And their strongest player that added the most value to them was Cam Akers, 128 points. Last year, 50. Last year 178, this year 50. And then the player that hurt you the most, last year Kirk Cousins was ranked 15th, believe it or not. This year 118, that's a swing of 103. So you ended up with 361 minus those 103, and you came up with 258 points. Next up in 10th place, you have Mayhem. Mayhem comes to us with 263 points based on that criteria. Mayhem's biggest helper here was Pacheco. Last year ranked at 185, this year at 79. And the guy that hurt you the most was your quarterback, Trevor Lawrence. Last year ranked at 13, this year at 70. In 9th place, we have Unpredictable Breadman. Hey, I would say this is a win. Last place and everything, but not in my rankings. In my rankings, you're at number 9. Unpredictable Breadman. The guys who helped you the most in terms of value was, believe it or not, Tony. Tony gives you 168 points, so maybe don't give up on him. Last year ranked at 309, this year at 141. I'm sure that's changing after last night. And then Russell Wilson hurt you the most. Last year ranked at 60, this year ranked at 159. He cost you 99 points for a total of 295, 394 minus 99, 295. In 8th place, I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. That's all you get. 317 points. 317 points. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. The one that helped you the most. Look, you got a lot of help. Only one guy. I got to say, I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. A very interesting team. The only guy that hurt him was Dalvin Cook, -4. Went from 71 last year, 75 this year. And then Mark Andrews helped you the most, but it was only 78 points. Everything was really close. Just spent a little more time on this guy. Gabe Davis, 50 points last year at 133. This year at 83. Nick Chubb's last year at 53. This year at 6. So a lot of improvements, but not that much altogether. Just kind of right there in the 50s and the 70s. So total of 321 -4, 317 for, I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. There you go. Now, the next team up is going to be in 7th place, Stone Cold. So Stone Cold with a total of 394 points. The player that helped Stone Cold the most is actually Dolchich, tight end there, 113 points. Last year at 265, this year at 152. And the guy who hurt you the most actually is Patrick Mahomes. Last year was ranked at 1, and this year he's ranked at 30, so -29. 423 minus 29 for 394. Good enough for 7th place for Stone Cold. Coming to us in 6th place, none other than Rose Fine Team with 415 points. Rose Fine Team helped out the most by James Cook, 172 points, 53 ranked this year, last year at 225. Hurt the most by Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow, who actually went from 3 last year to 58 this year, a drop off of 55 points. 470 minus 55 for 415. Nice job there, Rose Fine Team. Good enough for 6th place. In 5th place, now we're getting up. Now it gets a little more excited. In 5th place with 463 points, none other than these boys. These boys, altogether, 463. Helped out the most by Madison. So again, that running back on the Vikings, going from a 2 to a number 1 back this year, 211 points last year at 256, this year at 45. And then we got Josh Allen costing you the most. Last year ranked at 2, this year at 33, minus 31. 494 minus 31, 463. Nice job there, these boys. Then in 4th place, with 487 points, we got Caught in the Web. Very nice. Excuse me. This will get a lot smoother. So 487 points. Caught in the Web. Helped out the most by Javonte Williams out of Denver. 279 points. Amazing. Last year, 351. This year, ranked at 72. And hurt the most by Justin Herbert. I know a lot about that guy hurting you. Last year, he was ranked at 22. This year, at 78. So 543 minus 56 for 487. Good enough for Caught in the Web in 4th place. Caught in the Web at the top of every list. So definitely don't take your eyes off of him. In 3rd place, with 490 points, we've got Let me see who it is. We've got injured reserve. Solid. Third place. Hey, you got a medal. It's a bronze medal, but you got a medal. With 490 points, you look at injured reserve. Who would they help with the most? Sky Moore. Of all people, Sky Moore. He's giving you 226 points with this criteria. Last year ranked at 337. This year at 111. That might be changing. But hurt the most. I told you already. Daniel Jones. Last year ranked at 32. This year at 91. Minus 59 points. 549 minus 59. Good for 490 and third place. Next we have second place. Okay, so it's down to just two players here. In second place with 949 points, an absolutely mammoth point outage. We got Bed Bath and Beyond. So as much as I give you a hard time and looking at your rosters, look, you came in second place in the power rankings. The guy who helps you out the most is exactly who it should be, Bed Bath and Beyond. Beyond. Last year ranked at 753. This year ranked 8th, a difference of 745. Absolutely, no one can come close to those numbers. Not even the first place team. Let me see. No, I mean that's definitely the most value right there in the whole draft was Bijan, 745. The one who hurt you the most, ironically, hurt you the most. 19 points taken off last year at 4. This year at minus 23. So that means that in first place with, get this, second place 949, first place with 1,980 points goes to... Why? Why does this happen to me? I am all by myself at the top, but here we go. The commissioner's team, Ridley's Believe It or Not, with 1,980 points. Now, I gotta say, I'm so thrilled about that, and I'll tell you for several reasons. Number one, it's more than 1,000 points better than the second place team. And what else is great about that 1,980 points? And I'll tell you why. 1,980 points didn't just come out of nowhere. We got 720 points from Gibbs. Last year ranked at 754. This year at 34. Didn't play like it last night, but the numbers say what the numbers say, so we'll go with that. And then also got 697 points by Calvin Ridley. Of course, last year we all know he sat out for betting on the game, so he went from 723 to 26. And then we have a couple of guys in the 200s with Dobbins 238, Pitts with 216, and then we got Dotson with 130. On most teams that would be a huge number. This team is one of the worst, but still minus 32. The guy that hurt me the most was Fields, minus 32. So that went from 2012 to minus 32 is 1,980 points. And let me tell you, that right there, why is it special? 1,980, 1980, that's my birth year. It's in the numbers. It's a little spooky, but I did the math 2-3 times, only to find out at the end that Ridley's Believe It or Not, champions of the power rankings, at least for week 1. I couldn't be happier. Thank you so much, everybody. Look, that's gonna really bring to conclusion our show for today. Again, sorry I went a little bit longer than I wanted it to, but I'm excited about this. The power rankings are out. I hope everyone got a good feel for who you're playing against. The matchups is the last thing I really want to do right here. Matchups are as follows. We're going to have Ripley's Believe It or Not match up against Rose Fine Team. Right now, the way that's matched up, the projections is the Rose Fine Team actually, even with yesterday's performance, especially because of yesterday's performance, looking to be outdo me 131 to 124. Injured Reserve matched up against I'm Sorry Miss Jackson, David against Jack. At this moment, right now, Injured Reserve looks like it's in trouble. It's projected to score 118 versus I'm Sorry Miss Jackson's 137. Just in the nick of time, projected to win by just a slim margin, 131 to 130 over Stone Cold, last year's champion. Then we have Bed Bath & Beyond, 142. This guy is just popping up everywhere. Projected to win by 11 points over Caught in the Web, who's projected to score 131. Unpredictable Breadman, 113. 4 less than Mayhem at 117. So Mayhem projected to win that matchup. And finally, Tua MVP, Christian versus These Boys Dan. Very tight contest here, but it looks like these boys is favored to win it 139 to 136. So there we go. The next I'll be seeing you guys will be on Monday. We'll be talking about what went down, who did what. A lot of changes are yet to be made. I just want to thank everybody for your patience here. I know that I'm just starting to get a lot of things underway. I'll see if I can put on a nice music to send us off, and we should be done. This might not be it. I like it. So, anyways, my name is Alejandro. Thank you so much for playing along. Let me know. Definitely feedback very welcomed. That's all I got for you right now. Let's go and let's go chase that Lombardi.